The rookie rivalry between Angel Reese and Caitlin Clark has ignited some of the season's hottest debates. What started in the 2023 NCAA title game has only intensified since they both hit the WNBA stage. Although Reese has made it clear that she doesn't harbor any personal animosity towards Clark, she has recently raised concerns about Clark's fan base causing disturbances. Angel Reese claimed that many Caitlin Clark fans have tormented her throughout the rookie season by attacking her online and creating her very inappropriate deepfakes. During the first episode of her unapologetically Angel pod, Reese also revealed that some CC fans have even stalked her and followed her home. She argued that the bitterness of these fans towards her stems from racism. Angel Reese said what she wanted to say in her podcast debut recently, all at the expense of Caitlin Clark fans. In the first episode of her podcast, the WNBA Rookie of the Year contender used a segment to discuss her personal history with fans of her longtime rival, Clark. Reese did not directly criticize Clark, but she reflected on the moment her interactions with Clark really began to ramp up. It occurred right when she made the celebratory gesture of pointing to her ring finger in Clark's face during the final minutes of Reese's and LSU's NCAA title win over Clark and Iowa in the 2023 championship game. It was a moment that Reese says changed my life forever. It was a moment that ignited a series of intense interactions between certain members of Clark's passionate followers and Reese and some of her Chicago Sky teammates. Reese's rivalry with Clark has culminated in several wild moments throughout their college and pro careers already. There have been several instances in which those moments have resulted in high-profile scrutiny of Reese. For Reese, Thursday was not the first time she has opened up about the treatment she gets online from Clark's fans. After Reese and LSU lost to Clark in Iowa in the year's Elite Eight in the NCAA tournament, Reese cried in the press conference as she revealed what kinds of things she had been told that year. She confessed that the hostility towards her is too much to take. Her hurt was aggravated since LA Times' Ben Bolch wrote a scathing article labeling her as a villain, which led to widespread condemnation for seemingly racist undertones. Angel Reese has indeed gone through a lot since last year. However, she has vented consistently, which has helped her relieve some frustration.
I just try to stand strong. I've been through so much. I've seen so much. I've been attacked so many times. Death threats. I've been sexualized. I've been threatened. I've been so many things, and I've stood strong every single time. And I just try to stand strong for my teammates because I don't want them to see me down and not be there for them. So I just want them to always just know I'm still a human. All this has happened since I won the national championship, and I said the other day I haven't had peace since then. And it sucks, but I still wouldn't change. I wouldn't change anything, and I would still sit here and say, I'm unapologetically me. I'm going to always leave that mark and be who I am and stand on that. And hopefully the little girls that look up to me, and hopefully I give them some type of inspiration that.
However, Stephen A. Smith believes that Reese should also take accountability for her actions. He admitted that the malicious conduct towards her is unforgivable and disgusting, but at the same time, he wanted Reese to realize that she brought it all on herself. SAS reminded the Chicago Sky rookie that she was the one who instigated the beef with Clark. He recalled Reese using John Cena's "You Can't See Me" taunt on Clark after sealing the 2023 NCAA championship. SAS refused to believe that Reese couldn't have foreseen the consequences of her actions. He declared that the 22-year-old was mature enough to realize that if she went after a successful white athlete like Clark as an African-American athlete, then she would be in the crosshairs of people. Stephen A. Smith said,
"You've known they were coming for you when you were waving your hands in your face to mock Caitlin Clark when you were beating her for the national championship. And you also are old enough to know that in this society, whether they want to admit it or not, they don't like seeing somebody black coming at somebody white who is a beloved star of theirs. That's not the case with all. It's not the case with most. But those who screech the loudest get the most attention sometimes. And that's what the worst of cynics and critics do. And so you knew they were going to come for you.
The ESPN analyst agreed that Reese's ethnicity had played a huge role in people's awful behavior towards her. He argued that Allen Iverson, Michael Jordan, and LeBron James have also suffered because of their race. Therefore, the Sky rookie has a solid point in that regard. At the same time, he also highlighted that many people learn the importance of keeping people at a distance in old age, but he is glad that Reese has learned it at a younger age. Smith also declared that he would call out Reese much more strongly if she were older. There's no doubt that the arrival of rookies Caitlin Clark and Angel Reese to the WNBA has drastically altered the landscape of women's basketball. The league is experiencing an unprecedented amount of attention this season, which is in large part due to these two players, both of whom are backed by massive, passionate fan bases. And given the rivalry between Clark and Reese that stemmed from Reese's iconic taunt of Clark in the 2023 NCAA National Championship game, these two fan bases are often at odds with one another. While the tribalism sometimes seen among Clark and Reese fans can often enter uncomfortable territory, WNBA Commissioner Kathy Engelbert explained where it stems from during a September 9th appearance on CNBC's Power Lunch program.
Now it seems on some social media channels to have taken a darker turn, a more menacing turn, where race has been introduced into the conversation, where sexuality is sometimes introduced into the conversation. How do you try and stay ahead of that, try and tamp it down, or act as a league when two of your most visible players are involved, not personally, it would seem, but their fan bases are involved in saying some very uncharitable things about the other?
Well, the one thing that's great about the league right now, we do sit at this intersection of culture and sport and fashion and music. Like, the WNBA players are really looked at now as kind of cultural icons.
True.
And when you have that, you have a lot of attention on you. There's no more apathy. Everybody cares. It is a little that Bird Magic moment, if you recall, from 1979, when those two rookies came in from a big college rivalry, one white, one black. And so we have that moment with these two. But the one thing I know about sports, you need rivalry. That's what makes people watch. They want to watch games of consequence between rivals. They don't want everybody being nice to one another. So the social media is different today than it was in 1979 when it didn't exist. But, you know, I always tell the players, you know, I was told a long time ago, if someone's typing something in and you wouldn't ask their advice, ignore it. So it's a balance, but certainly from a marketing dollars, but corporate partners are stepping up to endorse these players. Much more so than they were 5 years ago.
Engelbert knows she has two special rookies on her hands and doesn't want to let any fan sentiments impede the WNBA's growth. Hope you enjoyed the video, guys. What do you think about Angel Reese? We would love to hear your opinion, so let us know in the comments below. Make sure to drop a like and subscribe to our channel for more amazing WNBA content. Thanks for watching, and see you next time.